In Jeju, there remain stories of resistance stronger than the wind. From a temple, a village, and the sea, the cries to protect life and country still echo across time. Now, I begin to trace the path of those three stories. 1918, before even the March 1st movement had begun, something remarkable began in this quiet mountain temple. Monks and villagers distributed leaflets calling to drive out the Japanese and prepared for an uprising. This became the only armed anti-Japanese resistance ever recorded in Jeju. Now, I stand at the very place where it all began. The temple is gone, and only traces remain among trees and scattered stones. Though time has passed and the marks have faded, the breath of that day still seems to linger here. To keep their resolve from being forgotten, a memorial tower was built nearby, holding the memory of that day. Standing before the tall tower, I feel that their determination still guards this place. Past the tower, a little further in, stands the Yueyolsa Shrine, where their spirits are honored. Inside are enshrined the names of those who took part in the resistance. Just looking at each name, I can feel how deep their resolve and sacrifice truly were. I slowly bowed my head, grateful and silently vowing never to forget. In the spring of 1919, the cries of the March 1st movement spread from Seoul across the sea to Jeju. A young man from Joshin returned home with the Declaration of Independence and began preparing a protest with his fellow villagers. At Mance Hill, hundreds of residents raised the Korean flag and shouted, "Independence for Joseon!" At the top of the hill stands the March 1st Independence Movement Memorial Tower, commemorating that historic cry. The shouts that once echoed across this land 100 years ago still seem to be spoken by this tower, standing tall toward the sky. Nearby stands the Patriots' Memorial Monument. Standing before it, it felt as though the spirits of those who died without a name were quietly breathing there. The statues of the scream and the shout on either side conveyed the determination of that day, without needing words. Behind the monument and statues stands Changyolsa Shrine, where the spirits of those from Zhiyun who stood against colonial rule are enshrined. As I stood before it, my head bowed naturally, and the conviction they held to the end quietly stirred my heart. In 1932 in Gujwayup, hundreds of Jeju-Haenyeo suffering under colonial exploitation laid down their sickles and raised their voices in protest against Japanese rule. This movement, born in a small village, is now remembered as the largest female-led anti-Japanese resistance in Korean history. I now stand before the Haenyeo Anti-Japanese Resistance Memorial Tower, built to honor that spirit. In the heart of this quiet village, the unwavering cries of that day still rise, monument-like, into the sky. This silent, towering monument speaks louder to the heart than any shouted protest ever could. Beside the monument, three statues of Haenyeo stand side by side. They endured rough seas and even harsher times. In their faces are traces of a struggle deeper than the sea itself. I paused before them quietly and looked on with reverence. Their cry, born from everyday life, became resistance, and its trace still remains here today. After walking through these three stories, I felt something deep within me begin to echo, softly but endlessly. In this place, where even the air feels heavier, I came to a quiet pause and bowed my head in silence. With a heart that lives in the present, I promised not to forget the sacrifices they made.